Hey, it's Nicole. Today I'm going to be doing a study video to help you work out the muscles of the abdomen. So instead of like before when we were just doing stretches, today we're actually going to do some exercises that strengthen these abdominal muscles. So you're going to need a little bit more space. Maybe find a nice floor that you can lay out on. And if you want, you can put down a towel or a yoga mat to help make it more comfortable. So the first exercise we're going to do is just the basic crunch. And this crunch helps build up your rectus abdominis. So your rectus abdominis is what's known as the six-pack. It's in the middle of your abdomen. And this muscle is defined by the different fascia that form these lines if you have an actual six-pack instead of one that you just drew on. But the different features of your rectus abdominis is your linea alba, which goes right up the middle. And then you have your linea summa lunaris. And this is the line along the sides where the anterior and the posterior rectus sheath meet up. The transverse lines that form are called your tenuous intersections of your rectal sheath. So to work out the rectus abdominis, we're just going to do basic crunches, so feet flat. And we're just going to do 20 of them. So hands behind the head, and you're just going to roll your shoulders up towards your hips. So if you really focus on engaging, you should be able to start to feel a burn in the middle of your stomach. And then 3, 2, 1. All right. The next exercise we're going to do is still going to be focused on the rectus abdominis, but we're also going to start to add in the abdominal obliques. So your abdominal obliques are the muscles that go along your sides. You have an internal abdominal oblique, which is located like right where your pockets would be. And then you have your external obliques, which are along the whole side. So for bicycle kicks, you're gonna bring your opposite elbow to opposite knee, and then switch. So let's do 5 on each side. And so this twisty motion is what is brought on by the obliques. One more on each side. And you can come down. Next we're going to try and focus more on just the external obliques. So that's the large superficial muscle. And to do this, we're just going to do heel taps. So lie on your back and then engage your rectus abdominis to slightly pull your shoulders up towards your hips. And then we're just going to tap the heels, moving side to side. One more on each side. So hopefully you started to feel a burn along the sides of your obliques. Okay, next we're going to work the transverse abdominis. This is a muscle that is deeper than the internal abdominal obliques, but it runs along the spine, and it's actually involved with the compression of the abdomen. So if you were to like brace yourself for a punch, what you're contracting is your transverse abdominis. In order to strengthen this, we're going to do leg lifts, or reverse crunches they're sometimes called. So lie on your back. Let me just keep a little bit. Put your knees at a 90-degree angle, and then you're just going to tilt up your sacral bone and really focus on the movement coming from that internal muscle. So you can press, and you're just going to push up. Let's do 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so moving down our abdomen, we're now going to work on our hip flexors. So there's 2 major muscles involved in flexing your hips. We have the iliacus and the psoas. And a lot of times these 2 muscles are referred to as one group, or as the iliopsoas. So to work these hip flexor muscles, we're going to do some scissor kicks. So again, lie on your back and put your legs out, and you're just going to rest your head on the floor, and then you're going to pull up and then just move your legs like you're kicking in a pool. So up and down. And so that movement of your legs coming up towards your spine is the flexion of your hip. Let's do this for 3 more seconds. Cool. So now we've covered pretty much all of the frontal abdominals. The only other major muscle we're missing is the quadratus lumborum. So this muscle runs along your back. It attaches to your 12th rib, or inserts at your 12th rib, and is also attached to your iliac crest, which is part of your pelvic bone. So it goes all along the back of your spine. And the way we're going to strengthen this is using the lotus pose, or Superman it's sometimes called. So all you have to do is lie on your stomach. You can take a deep breath in, and then on your breath out, you're just going to pull your shoulders back towards your heels. And you might be able to feel a stretch of your anterior abdominal muscles while you do this, but you should also start to feel some contraction in your lower back, and that's your quadratus lumborum starting to fire up. So let's hold this for a couple more seconds. If you're feeling it, you can take your arms out. And let's release. Finally, we have one ligament that we go over in lab that is part of your abdomen, and this is your inguinal ligament. So sometimes you can see the inguinal crest on people's stomach. It's this like ridge line that goes down towards your legs, but this is also known as your groin. So a way to really stretch out this ligament is to just go into butterfly pose, hold your toes, and then you can use your elbows to just kind of push out. And that feeling that you're getting along the inner thighs is stretching out that groin, or that inguinal ligament. So let's hold this for a little bit longer. Maybe bend forward, stretch out that quadratus lumborum that we just worked out. Feel the stretch along your back as you take deep breaths in. Because your quadratus laborum is also responsible for deep breathing because it's articulating with your ribs. So you might be able to feel that stretch in your lower back when you take really deep breaths. But yeah, so that's it for the muscles of the abdomen. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and hope you have a great day.